I welcome you to the next session in files. Next we are going to see the second input output operations on files, second input output functions getW and putW functions. What is getW putW functions? In the previous case, getC putC is used to read and write a character. Suppose if I want to write and read an integer, in such case I have to use getW putW. It is an integer oriented function. GetW is used to read integer value, putW is used to write integer value. Their syntax: putW, whatever the integer you want to read, a variable or the variable which contains the integer value, comma file pointer. GetW, you just read the data from FP, that's it. Let us see a program. This program, there is a file name called data. We are going to read some numbers, integers from keyboard. After getting that values, and we are going to store it in data file. Reading data from keyboard and storing it in data file. After storing all these data in data file, then once again you close the file, data file, and open the file in read mode. You take the first number, check whether it is even or odd. How will you check a number is even or odd? When you divide by 2, if it leaves remainder 0, it is an even number. If the remainder is not equal to 0, it is an odd number. So you check that condition. If the remainder is 0, you copy that number in another file called as odd. If the remainder is 0, you copy it in even. If the remainder is not equal to 0, you copy it in odd file. These odd numbers are copied in odd, ODD, capital ODD file, and even numbers are copied in even. Finally, there will be 3 files. One is data file, which contains all the data that we have given through keyboard. This even file contains only even numbers, odd file contains only odd numbers. So first we are going to collect the data and we are going to store that one in data file. So I have to open data file in write mode, and I am going to write all the values in data file. Then I am going to close data file which is in write mode. Once again I am going to open data file in read mode, and I am going to open odd and even file in write mode. I am going to read the first data, the first integer in the data file, and I am going to check whether it is even or odd. Correspondingly, I am going to save that value. Okay. I am creating 3 pointers F1, F2, F3, and I am declaring 2 integers Ni. Printf statement used to print the content in the monitor, enter the content. So this data, this enter the content will be displayed in the monitor. So as soon as when we saw this enter the content, we start entering. So let me try to enter some integers. Suppose I want to enter some 30 integers in the data file. So after giving printf statement, I have to open data file. So let me open data file in write mode, and that is linked with the pointer F1. Now no need to use data. You use always the pointer variable F1. So I am going to read 30 numbers. So I am opening a for loop. I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 30, I plus plus. So it collects 30 data. Scanf statement is used to read a data from a keyboard. So %d ampersand n. So meanwhile, you have, as soon as looking at this enter the content statement, you might have started giving the data. So the first data will be read, and it checks whether n equal to -1. So let us have a breaking statement. If you end up with -1, if you give any -1 as your integer, it indicates that you have given, the data has been given. So there is no need for entering any other data. So -1 indicates that reading, otherwise reading of data, scanf means reading of data comes to an end. So you check this condition. If it is -1, you come out of the for loop. No need for further reading. Suppose I have opened the loop for 30. I want to give only 10 numbers. So after 10 numbers, the 11th number should be given as -1. If you give 11th number as -1, it checks the condition here. Yes, it is -1, so it break statement breaks the loop. It breaks the for loop and comes out of the loop. Suppose I want to give only 9 numbers, so you give 10th number as -1. So this is a checking criteria to read the number. So I can read 30 numbers, or else if I want to close in between, I can use the test condition. So scanf %d. Look at the output. Enter the content. So as soon as seeing this, we will start giving the integers. I am giving integers like this. Finally, I am giving one -1. This -1. When this -1 is reached, the test condition will be checked and it comes out of the loop. And this file will be closed. After getting out of the loop, automatically the link between F1 and data will be closed, since we have given close F1. So scanf, first number of scanf. What's the first number? 111. That will be read from the keyboard and it checks that it is equal to -1. No. Then put W. Put W is used to write a data in a file. The integer number. Put W integer comma F3. What's the file pointer? F1. So it goes to F1. What is F1? F1 is connected with the data. It goes to data file. There it goes and copies 111. After space, next number is 222. There's a space. The space indicates it's a second number, second integer. It collects this integer. It collects this integer and checks it is equal to -1. No. So it goes and copies in data. Then once again it will be incremented and the test condition is true. It comes to the third element. Third element will be copied in data file until you give -1. This process will be continued until -1 and it can be continued at a maximum of 30 numbers. Now after copying all the data, the file is closed. So data, the link between F1 and data in write mode will be closed. Now once again I am going to open. I am going to open data file in a read mode, odd in write mode, even in write mode. Because I am going to read integer from data file and I am going to check whether it is even or odd, and I am going to write that numbers in odd and even, so it is opened in write mode. Okay, I am going to read the data from the file. Which file? Data file. So get W of F1. This is the syntax. Get W pointer. So get W pointer. So what will be stored in the file called data? The first number is 111 will be stored. So that number, that integer will be taken and assigned in N, and it's checked whether it is end of file. No, it is not end of file. So the condition is true. It gets into the loop. It checks whether it is even. %d represents the remainder. It checks whether it is remainder is 0. If remainder is 0, when the condition is true, it has to be copied in, that is the content should be written in which file? Even file. Even file is opened in writing mode and linked with F3, the pointer. So this N is written in the file F3, which is linked with even. Suppose the remainder is not, the condition is false. So if it is false, it comes to else case. So put W of N comma F2. So it goes and write it in odd file. Once again, get W of F1 reads the second data and it checks for end of file, and if not, gets into the loop, checks the number whether it is even or odd. According to that, it goes to F2 or F3, and after completing all the numbers, after reaching end of file, the loop will be closed. Gets out of the while loop, it closes all F1, F2, F3. Now I want to see the content of file odd and even, whether the odd numbers and even numbers are stored in that. So once again I am opening odd and even file in a reading mode, connecting with F2 and F3. Printf content of odd file. I am going to read the content of odd file. Once again while condition, I have to read each and every number, no? So I have to open a loop, while loop. First I have to read what's the statement for reading an integer, get W, where I have to get the value from F2. F2 is odd file. So now I have to proceed until it is not equal to end of file. Now print that in 4D, it leaves 4 space and it creates a 4 space for this n. That's why it is 4D. And that particular n will be printed. Once again it goes to second number. So this process will be continued until all the numbers has been printed from odd file. Then I have to print the even file, the same set of statements instead of odd even, but the link is even file is linked with F3. So same, instead of F2 you write F3. So all the content of even file will be printed. We are using printf statement, so it will be printed in the monitor. Finally you close these two files and look at the output. This is the content you are given. So all these contents will be copied in data file, and if you write the odd file and even file, odd file contains odd numbers, even file contains even numbers. That's all with get W and put W.